Alright, welcome back to another quick how-to by Scarvig in the Ark. And today I'm on the Scorched Earth and I'm going to show how to get yourself a Wyvern. The title will probably be rather inappropriately named, How to Tame a Wyvern. You can't actually tame them. You need to steal their eggs and raise one of your own. Now, the first thing that I've done is I've actually got a little base over there with a whole bunch of automated turrets. I've already been clearing the trench, by basically coming in here, getting the creature's attention. You drag it back to your kind of little base camp where the turrets do all the work and kill the wyverns. And now I'm going to go through the trenches looking for eggs. And on the sides there are little alcoves, and these little alcoves basically have a chance to have a nest and an egg in them. Here we go. This looks like a poison one. It's only a level 80, but for the purpose of this episode, we'll do it. When you pick up the egg, all the wyverns in the local vicinity, hopefully I've cleared them all out, will just come out of the woodworks and just attack you. They really hate it when you pick up the eggs. Whoop, I've got a fire on me. Oh dear. Come on turrets, it's only a level 5. And it's down. Whew. Now, you can, once you've actually got one egg, it actually becomes a lot easier to clear out the trench. Because if I was to transfer this egg from my inventory to the Argent's inventory, it would trigger again as if you'd picked up the egg. And so you can go to a new area of the trench, transfer the egg in your inventory, and you can then drag several wyverns back to your turret point. Doing such a strategy, you probably want a few more turrets or better turrets than what I've got, but the concept is fairly stable. Alright, well, now that you've got your wyvern egg, what is it that you need to do next? Well, the main problem you're going to run into is that now that you've actually got it, and we drop the egg, basically it's going to be too cold. You need to have a stupid amount of air cons to make this work if you're on the Scorched Earth map. And otherwise you'll basically need to ring it with I think it's just the fire sticks. Can't remember the actual names of them. Well, you could use fireplaces and campfires. I think it's a torch? Standing torches. Basically you could surround it with standing torches to bring the heat up so that it would actually hatch. But you could also basically build a big bank of like 20 air cons, and that will allow you to hatch it as well. So I'm going to get that set up and we'll have a quick look at that. Alright, welcome back. I've basically just whacked down a whole bunch of air cons. We have a look at the temperature. It's actually coming into the night time, 25 degrees outside. So it's actually not that hot. Drop this thing and we can see that the egg is incubating. Now it's incubating fast because of my timers, but yeah, there's like 14 air cons here and it's progressing into night time. Alright, and there we have our poison wyvern. Let's get it out. Yeah, man. Now, the all-important thing that is going to now be a problem now that I have this wyvern, disable wandering, is they only eat the wyvern milk while they're growing up. Until they're actually an adult, that's all that they will eat. So on my servers it's not actually a problem. They grow up very, very fast, and it should actually grow up to be an adult before it actually runs out of food. But if you're on a regular server, you're not going to have that luxury, and you're going to need to get some wyvern milk. And there's two methods to get the wyvern milk. One is to kill an alpha wyvern, and you will just get 50 milk, and no worries. The other way is you actually need to knock out a female wyvern and open it up its inventory, and you'll get a wyvern milk. The only problem with that is they wake up very, very fast, and repeatedly knocking them out doesn't work. So you have to do it repeatedly to get wyvern milk. So the most effective method is to actually find an alpha, but you know, they're obviously going to be quite rare. Alright, so I might go and get myself a wyvern. Actually I might find out a way I can set up a trap, and I'll show how you can trap a wyvern so that you can get its milk. I'll set that up. I'll see you soon. Alright, so here's the trap that I'm going to use to capture the wyvern. Basically, this entrance is 4 wide. I think there's basically space here for 2 pillars. So think of, yeah, and that's, well, you can see it here. You've got 4 pillars here, which leaves a gap on the inside of 2. Exact same methodology here. You've got a gap of 2, and then on this side a gap of 2. The wyvern will fly in. Its turning circle is ridiculously terrible, and so it will then have to swing around into this side. And when it turns around and tries to swing back, it can't turn and actually get out. It'll actually swing, and it'll swing around into this area here. The only reason to leave this little bit of a ramp bit at the front is just to help funnel it in the first place, given that it's actually flying. Alright, so we've got our trap set up, and I believe that's a female wyvern over there. So we're going to go and get that one's attention. We'll see if we can get it in the trap. And it missed. Come on, swing around. Oh, wrong way. This is probably the hardest part, is to actually line it up with the gate. Probably should have built a trap with a bigger gate. That should do. And it's in. And my turning circle is much better, and I can get out. Alright, we have now trapped a dragon. He's trying to kill me with his breath. Luckily I'm out of range. Come on, go down. This gun's pretty good. Should go down pretty quick. There we go. Alright, quickly run in, have a look on its inventory, and there you go. Wyvern Milk. And as you can see, the torpor is going down rapidly. So it will wake up very, very quickly. I'm just going to leave it there, because I don't really need it. And we'll head back over to base, and we'll go on about how to store the milk while you're raising up your babies. Okay, so here we are back at my little ramshackle base. So when you're carrying the wyvern milk, if you put it on your Argent, its base time is going to be close to 2 hours. If you put it in your own inventory, it's going to have a base time here. It's actually got 1 hour. Take that out. Yep, 1 hour on my wyvern milk. Now, with a fridge, it won't actually go into the fridge. It just won't work. However, if you put them into preserving bin, those ones have been in there for a bit, so we'll just chuck them so we can do a good example of this. Putting it in there, you can see that it's actually had about maybe 4.5 hours, possibly 5 if it had started properly. But yeah, so quite a long time in a preserving bin, and that's how you want to store it. And if you want to make it last even longer, get yourself some preserving salts and chuck it in there. And now, all of a sudden, we've actually got 9 hours basically on the timer, which is wonderful. Because with 9 hours, that gives you enough time to actually go out and get the wyvern milk first, and then basically have it sitting in storage ready to go. You then start doing the trenches to find the egg that you're actually interested in. You hatch your egg, and then your milk will be on hand. And if anything, you know, on a regular server, you know, the timers are a lot nastier than what I work with. You know, you'll spend hours doing all of this stuff anyway. You'll have to wait for quite a long time for them to grow up. But, you know, once you get your milk into a preserving bin and you've got that 9 hours to work with, you will be pretty much set for their food. Anyway, this has been Scarvig showing how to catch a wyvern, or basically get an egg and grow your own wyvern. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. See you later.